equals 1 looks like?
No, I'm not gonna lie. No,
It's a
I'm sure
horizontal
I'll
line.
remember if you show me it, but yeah.
It's a horizontal line, so it's a horizontal line at 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So when it asks like y equals y2 equals, you would put in like 1 and then -2, x equals -2.
Not for the first one, not for the horizontal line. Like this, the subscript's kind of distracting. You want to ignore it for now.
Like, okay, because I had a problem on this today. It was like if it was like y1 and then y2 equals, and then like the problem was like say -2 equals x plus 1.
Yes.
Would I put in -2 as y1?
Yes.
And then plus 1 x plus 1 is y2.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the y1 is a horizontal line. Got that down. To do y2, we have to make a tape. Okay, x and then y equals absolute value of x minus 2.
Okay.
All right, now we talked about using these 5 numbers, and until you know any different, you should just use these 5 numbers.
Okay.
Now, the first thing to do is to take the absolute value. So like, let's just pick one, number 1. 1's a nice one to start. What is the absolute value of 1?
1.
Okay, but then when you subtract 2, it's 1 minus 2.
-1.
-1, good. And so you have to do that for all these numbers. Absolute value of 2 is 2, minus 2 is
Oh, sorry. 0.
0. Okay, and then for absolute value of 0, that's 0. Subtract 2, minus 2. Then you can come back and work on the negatives. So it's like absolute value of -1. What is the absolute value of -1?
Just 0 is 0.
Nope.
1.
1. It always returns the
Yeah.
number positive. Minus 2. 1 minus 2 is -1.
-1.
Absolute value of -2 is 2. Minus 2 is
Oh, sorry. 0.
0. Okay, so we plot these points now. And I'll do that in blue. So it's -2, 0. Okay, these are like ordered pairs. -1, -1. 0, -2. 1, -1. 2, 0. You should see the V shape.
Yeah, it's always the V shape.
You have to see the V, either the up or the down V. You got to see it. All right. And then what the last part here is like, where do they intersect? What are the intersection points? I don't know how easy
And
it is.
where do you normally start at? Just the first one usually when you
You mean for
like
graphing or
yeah,
for?
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
What
doesn't, yeah, I know, but
you,
like
you develop a preference. I mean, I don't know if I was graphing, I'd probably start here, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's how whatever you like, you get to pick. So again, intersection points. There's 2 of them. You need the ordered pairs at both points, and maybe it's not that easy to see. The one on the right is 3, 1. The one on the left is -3, 1. X before Y is the standard thing here.
okay.
Give me some feedback. What about this do you feel like is not
No, this all
clear?
all
Okay.
makes pretty good sense actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like we did not get to number
Can I
4.
try one of these on my own?
Yeah, we did not get to number 4, so that would be a good one for you to try the other day. We do need to get to the algebraic one, so let's have you. I want you to try graphing this. That's probably the main thing I'm interested in
Yeah.
out of this
All right,
problem.
let me just
Please
try this whole thing.
ask questions if you are not sure.
Gotcha. Would you put the line under because it's -2?
Yeah, you're going down
Yeah.
to from
Okay.
the origin. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then you do. And you always start with 0, 1, 2, and then -1 and -2.
Yeah, it's good to go in a certain order every time,
Yeah, okay.
like that.
The absolute value of 0 is 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then the negative turns into a positive.
Yes. It always
Yeah.
returns the positive.
Okay.
Any more questions on how to graph this or what it should look like?
I'm done with mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's what the what your graph should look like. Do you have something like this?
Yeah, the only problem is I thought it would start like where the line is.
So you disregard the line.
It
The
was it
line.
was kind of hard because like I don't have like the numbers and all that.
Okay.
And I'm just like drawing like
Oh, all
a
right. Yeah.
cross on the paper, but I got all that right, yeah.
Okay. So very simple question. This is not a trick question. Do they intersect?
No, they do not.
They do not. So this has no solution.
And then okay, no solution.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, we really got to talk about how to do these algebraically. So let me know when you're ready for that.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so let's say I give you a problem. I say the absolute value of x equals 5. Okay, there are two solutions to this. The solutions are that x is either 5 or x is -5. Okay, so it's like what I've circled is the problem. It'll say absolute value of x equals 5, and you're supposed to know that there's two solutions, 5 and -5. And why is that? Well, because the absolute value of 5 is 5, and the absolute value of -5 is also 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I gave you a problem. I said, well, what if the absolute value of x equals 8? What are the two values? What are the two values of x? What should x be?
X equals 8,
Or
-8.
very good. Okay, so now
Wait,
we're gonna go.
okay.
Question.
If it okay, never mind. Keep going, sorry.
Well, let's list it again. So the absolute value of 8 is 8. That's like your check. And the
Well, when
absolute
will I
value,
see something like this on a problem? Like, can you give me an example?
we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna do a bunch, but I have
Okay.
to start. This is like the baby step,
Yeah. Okay.
for lack of a better word, to
Yeah.
to get into this. So
Okay.
here's a problem that you would see. It would say solve 3 equals absolute value of x -1. Okay. And here's your goal. Your goal is to isolate the absolute value of x. Okay, so you look for the side with the absolute value of x. Do you see that it's the right hand side here?
Yeah, I do.
What is, tell me what's going on here. What is this that I'm circling?
The -1.
Subtraction by 1. How do you undo subtraction by 1?
You add.
You add 1 to both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
So on the right, it cancels. On the left, it's 4 equals absolute value of x. Is that okay? Is that
Yeah.
clear?
And then you do the absolute value thing.
Yes. So what should x be? There's two values here.
4 and then -4.
Yeah. That's it. There's no other solution to that.
Okay, let me get this down. Okay.
So we'll do another one here. Same instructions. It says the instructions are to solve here. Solve 1 equals absolute value of x minus 2. Okay, your goal is to isolate the absolute value of x.
I got my absolute value as x equals 3.
Yeah, so
and
the
x
answer is,
equals
or this
negative
is,
3.
yeah, x is 3 or negative 3. Perfect. Okay, so the next one here, make this a little bit more. We'll go to another one here. -1 equals negative absolute value of x plus 2. So here you're adding 2, so you undo this by subtracting 2.
Okay.
Okay, so it's -3 equals negative absolute value of x. And again, a very simple, straightforward question. Is the absolute value of x isolated, meaning it's the only thing on that side of the equation? And the answer is no. You have this negative out in front. How do you undo a negative?
You add.
Not add. Well, I guess you could add. So let's think of it as dividing by -1.
Okay. Do you just add a 1?
Yeah, you can put a 1 there. Maybe that will help.
Gotcha.
Let's see that. So on the left, it's now 3 equals the absolute value of x.
And then you do the whole absolute value thing.
Yes. So what are the two
Equals
values
3.
of x?
X equals 3, x equals -3.
Yes. Okay, now let's look at another one here. This is going to be an exception.
Okay.
So everything up until now, it's very good. You're like, okay, understand. And then now there's an exception. Okay, so but it looks like you can solve it. It would say to solve. Looks like you can solve this. You would subtract 1 from both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
So you have -3 equals the absolute value of x. Okay.
Yeah.
But very important here. And this is a question for you, is what does absolute value of x always return? What is the
A
output?
positive.
Or 0, right?
Yeah.
Can it ever be negative?
I don't know. I guess it can.
No, it cannot.
No.
It cannot. Now I want to just go back to this graph here. Did these two graphs intersect, these two
No.
things?
Did
Right?
not.
They do not. And it's the reason is the absolute value graph doesn't intersect a negative number.
Yeah.
It can never be negative. So this has no solution.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not because of this initial negative. It's because when you solve for absolute value, it's then negative.
So if there's a negative and you're supposed to do the absolute value thing, you just write no solution.
That's right.
Okay. Write this down too. Okay. All right. Got it.
Okay, so let me have you try a couple here to solve on your own.
Gotcha.
Okay, go ahead and solve this one for me, please.
Okay. Do you just drop the plus?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because whenever something's positive, you don't need to
Oh yeah,
say that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
positive.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, it's a good question because we never talk about why. We just say, oh yeah, don't write it. And you're like, well,
Yeah,
why?
so that one would be no solution.
You're going to subtract 3 from both sides, right?
Oh, I subtracted 10 from both sides.
You
I thought
only
you
look
always start with the right.
you look at the side that has the absolute value of x, or the side with the variable.
Ah, okay, I see.
Do you have an answer for me?
Yeah, x equals 7, x equals -7.
Very good. Yeah, so you look at the side with the absolute value of x, just
Yeah, I
like
thought it was right always. I don't know why. Okay.
but well, so the problems that we've been working at, it has always been on the right, but you have to remember, oh yeah, it doesn't matter which side it's on. Okay, new problem here. -4 equals absolute value of x -8. Go ahead and solve this for me, please.
I got x equals 4, x equals -4.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, should we do another graph problem?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. So let's say it's something like this. It's sorry, -1 equals at negative absolute value of x plus 2. All right, so what would the y1 be according to your class?
The -1.
Good. And what would the y2 be according to your class?
+2.
Nope, it's everything on this one side of the equation.
The negative then.
All of it. The negative absolute value of x plus
Oh
2.
yeah, sorry, I forget you have to write the x plus 2. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, so I'll do like you. I'll draw some crosshairs here, and we want to graph that -1.
So you do the -1 line across,
Yeah, you go down 1 like
and
that.
then you make the x and y chart thing.
Yeah, so we're going to do that together here because it's really important that you get the
Chart.
we don't want to do that there. We'll do it down here. We'll graph it later. Okay, x, and then you really need a place for your work. So let's do that here, and then we'll get the y. Okay, so -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right, let's start with -2. So so the first thing I want you to do is write the absolute value of -2.
Yeah,
What is that result? What is that number?
2.
Okay, but then you negate it. So now it becomes -2.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
So what does that all become? And sometimes you even got to come up to it. So that's
Just 2.
2.
Just 2. Wait, no, 0. Sorry,
Then yeah, it's 0.
0.
And then you got to do the same thing. Absolute value -1.
Plus 2.
You negate it. Excuse me, negate it.
Yeah.
What does that become?
Just 1.
Nope. Absolute value of -1 is 1.
Yeah, that's what I was
Then
saying.
you negate it.
Oh, then you add 2 and
Then
then
you add 2 to it.
yeah, I was just doing the absolute value of it.
Yeah, you got to give me the whole answer. Like we'll do it with 0. Absolute value of 0.
0.
Okay, and -0 doesn't mean anything. It's just 0.
So then it's 2.
It's 2. Okay, try the last 2 on your own, please.
Okay. Then that one's 3.
Nope.
No. Hold on. Sorry. I thought the absolute value of 1 is just 1.
It is 1, but then you have to negate it. Then you have to add 2.
Oh, because of that things.
The
Okay.
order matters. Yeah, the order, like you do this,
Yeah, yeah,
this,
yeah.
and this.
And then you negate it into a negative,
So it's -1 plus
and
2,
then
though.
plus 2, 1.
Yes. Try the last one, please.
Zero.
Try again. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got it right. I
Yeah,
apologize.
very good.
All right. Now, the -2 and the 0, that's your ordered pair. All right. So I'm going to go back here to the graph. -2, 0 is there. -1 and then 1 is here. Your next point is 0, 2. That's up here. Your next point is 1, 1. That's here. And then your last one is 2, 0. So then you ask yourself, okay, do these intersect? Do these lines intersect?
They do.
They do. What's the ordered pairs where they intersect, please?
Negative 0.
You're
and
starting
oh,
here. Start here.
3 and 1.
3,
Negative
1, 3, 1 is up here.
Negative 3 and 1.
Negative 3 and 1 is up here.
Negative.
Okay,
Wait.
so you go right 3 and
Yeah.
then down 1.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. 3 and negative 1. Sorry.
And then the other one, you go left 3 and down 1.
Yeah. I need to stop getting those confused. Like, know the.
Well,
order.
we need to do a quick lesson on ordered pairs. If you
Yeah.
remind me, I'll try to remember. So now we're going to solve this one algebraically.
Okay.
Which side do we look at? The right side or the left side?
The right side.
Because it's got the absolute value of x.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're first going to undo this +2 by,
-2.
okay, so on the left, it becomes -3
3
equals negative absolute value of x.
Yeah.
You can think of it as a -1 there.
Yeah. And then you
Divide,
subtract 1.
not subtract, it's multiplying.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
So you divide.
And then you get just -3.
-3 divided by -1 is +3.
Okay. So +3 equals x. For the
Absolute value of
absolute
x.
value of x.
Yeah, +3. Sorry, just a little technical glitch there. Absolute value of x. So what are the two x values?
X equals 3. X equals -3.
Now keep that in mind. On the graph here, what was the ordered pair? What was the x value?
3 and -1 and 3 -3 and -1.
3 and then -3. The x values were 3 and -3, which is exactly what you just told me down here.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because my teacher will probably ask to solve it algebraically and then that way too, huh?
yes.